Who created the first coin in history? And why did kings put their face on money instead of their name? Before banks, before paper money, before digital payments, humanity had nothing but trade. If you had wheat, you traded it for meat. If you had cloth, you traded it for tools. This system was called barter. And it worked? Until it didn't. Because what if the butcher didn't want wheat? What if the shoemaker didn't need spices? Trade became complicated, unpredictable, slow. Civilizations needed something universal, something everyone accepted instantly. And that's when the idea of money took birth. But before coins, people used strange things as currency: cowrie shells, salt blocks, metal rings, even animals. But these were easy to fake, easy to steal, hard to transport. Then, around 600 BC, a kingdom called Lydia in modern-day Turkey changed the world forever. Lydia was ruled by a powerful king named Aluates, and later, his legendary son, Croesus. These kings faced a problem. Trade was booming. Merchants were traveling across continents. But everyone kept arguing about the value of goods. So the Lydians asked a simple question. What if money was made of metal, had a fixed weight, and was stamped by the king for authenticity? This idea was revolutionary. They took a rare metal called electrum, a natural mix of gold and silver, melted it, shaped it, and created the first standardized currency in history. The very first coin, but then came the most important innovation, something that still exists today. The king's symbol stamped on the metal. This mark proved, this coin is pure, this coin is official, and this coin belongs to the king. It wasn't just money, it was power. It was identity, it was propaganda. Because once everyone used the king's coin, everyone depended on the king. This is why kings put their face or seal on the earliest coins. Not for beauty, not for art, but to prove legitimacy, to project authority, to remind every citizen, your wealth comes from me. Coins became the foundation of economies. Markets grew, trade expanded, armies were paid, cities flourished. But every system has its weaknesses. The moment coins became valuable, people found ways to cheat the system. This led to the first fake coin scandal in human history. A scandal so big, it almost collapsed entire kingdoms. The success of Lydia's coins spread like wildfire. Neighboring empires copied the idea. Persia, Greece, Rome, India, China, everyone began minting coins. But with coins came opportunity, and with opportunity came fraud. Smugglers and criminals discovered something dangerous. If a coin was made of precious metal, they could shave tiny amounts from its edges. Not enough for anyone to notice immediately, but enough to steal a little gold or silver from every coin they touched. This crime was called coin clipping. One clipped coin meant nothing, but thousands? Fortunes were made overnight. Governments panicked. They tried to introduce new shapes, new designs, new stamps, but criminals stayed one step ahead. Even worse, some local rulers started mixing cheap metals into the coins, cutting the quality, reducing the purity, yet forcing people to accept the old price. This was the first form of inflation by deception. People hated it. Markets collapsed. Trust disappeared. That's when the biggest scandal erupted. The scandal of King Croesus' electrum coins. Croesus wanted absolute control over wealth, so he ordered every coin in his kingdom to be melted and remade. He created two new coins, a pure gold coin and a pure silver coin. He claimed the system was more honest, but merchants soon realized the truth. Croesus set the price of gold and silver unfairly. He secretly manipulated the value. He was making profit from the exchange rate itself. This became the first state-engineered currency scandal. People questioned the king. Merchants protested. Foreign traders stopped trusting Lydian coins. And this distrust spread across the world. Later, the Greeks and Romans found even more sophisticated ways to cheat currency, filling coins with copper inside, plating them with a thin layer of silver, minting lightweight coins. Governments blamed criminals, but often, it was the governments doing the cheating, because altering coins was the easiest way to fund wars, pay soldiers, and borrow money without asking anyone. The world slowly began to realize the truth. Coins were not just money. They were tools of power, weapons of kings, symbols of control. But something even bigger was coming. A revolution that would transform coins, economies, and empires forever. The world entered a new era of coinage. Empires grew. Trade routes expanded. Armies marched. Civilizations collided. And coins traveled farther than any soldier. But people still had one question. How do we know this coin is real? This question shaped the future of money. The Greeks solved the problem by using extremely detailed artwork. So detailed that faking it became difficult. The Romans added ridged edges on their silver coins, a simple trick that made clipping impossible. India created punch-marked coins with multiple symbols, so counterfeiters couldn't duplicate them easily. China developed bronze coins with square holes, designed for mass minting and easy inspection. Every empire innovated. Every mint improved. Every king tightened control. Because by now, everyone understood. Coins were not just currency. They were the backbone of civilizations. And the most powerful empires had the most trusted coins. But the cycle never stopped. Every time coins became valuable, someone tried to cheat the system. Every time trust grew, corruption grew too. Over centuries, coin evolution went through dramatic phases. More purity, more designs, more security marks, more regulations. But the biggest transformation happened when rulers realized something shocking. People didn't care about metal. People cared about trust. A coin was valuable not because of gold or silver, but because the government promised it had value. This idea slowly led humanity from metal coins to paper money, to digital money, to cryptocurrency. But everything, every note, every coin, every digital transaction traces its origin back to that first stamped electrum coin in ancient Lydia. And one man's decision, to place the king's seal on metal so no one could doubt its value. Coins changed governments, built empires, funded wars, created economies, and shaped the modern world. The story of the first coin is not just about money. It is about trust, power, authority, and human nature. Coins were the first global technology, and they still define how we live today. If you want more powerful finance history stories like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video, because the next story will reveal another secret the world has forgotten. Arger Chaho to his topic Ka thumbnail prompts, SEO, hashtags, tags, Sabbi Banadun, Bas Bolo.